I was going to count down. I just decided not to. Hello everybody. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. It's the Tales of Revedia where we play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know how it'd be weird if we were playing like Shadowrun or some shit and called it D&D. It's kind of how it works. Um, I'm so out of it. I have no idea what I'm supposed to say here. My brain is so fucked right now. This is going to be a fucked up session.
It is, yeah.
Um, we have
Doughboy, Deer, Knife Girl, and uh,
Blue Cat.
Cat Wizard, who's not a wizard, but sometimes is a wizard. Is a
No,
surprise wizard.
Sparky
no,
Boom
I
Boom?
wouldn't say surprise wizard at all. I'd say distinctly not wizard, but magical.
Sparky Boom Boom?
He doesn't have the forehead thing. Oh, well, he did once
Does
actually.
that cover
No,
it?
he actually did have the forehead eyeball thing once.
I
Wow.
feel like I missed that.
It was one of the wild magic surges. His chakra opened or some shit. Uh,
Oh my gosh.
but yeah, this is Tales of Revedia. This is the cast of characters minus one, cause he sucks. I mean, haha, we love
We're
you,
all
Ethan.
friends.
But I'm gonna make fun of you for the rest of the stream because you're not here.
You do.
Um,
He is here
But,
too.
but you're out in the woods somewhere, so you can't even hear me. So
I
you
mean,
know.
I'm in the woods, so.
Yeah,
doesn't
but
matter.
you're in the woods on your computer. It's different. You live in the woods. He doesn't live in the woods, as far as I know. Or maybe he moved to the woods. He's on some George of the Jungle shit. I truly have no idea. But yeah, we are kicking off. This is a fairly long-term homebrew campaign. Yada yada, and what? I don't. I got distracted. And I'm just gonna fucking recap. As I said, I apologize. I am so fucking out of it right now. Last session, we in the party had made their way to this prison-like area. It wasn't. It was a prison. It's not a prison-like area. It was an area that was a prison, and like a few other things, you know, this large obelisk out in the northern area of the King's Basin. They decided to break in through this window that was left wide open on the roof, and they kind of just flew in, which was really cool. You know, and they sort of made their way through, and inside they encountered this young, what seemed to be a child or something like that, who was basically antagonizing them the moment they walked into the room, like relentlessly, like shit talking them. Then eventually, Kayla slammed his head into a table.
I punched
I
that
mean-
child.
To be fair, he did know, first of all, our names, and then did try to kill us, so.
No. He swung first.
Yeah, but our names is the most important bit of that statement.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm just saying. He did not try to kill you first. He asked you to leave. But he didn't know your names. That was weird as shit, huh? But that's besides the point, because that's your problem, not mine. As the party engaged in combat in this sort of strange room, these various figures that they had encountered in the past started to appear from the many shelves lining the books. And as the fight came to its conclusion, as they finally bludgeoned the fucking child to death, suddenly... I just love being
Can we
able to
like
say
burn
that.
him alive or something?
It was one of those. I remember
The
he.
fireball.
No, it was the inflict wounds actually. I
Right.
see now.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Didn't you say like they shrivel up into like a tiny child straw doll or something?
I did not say that. I don't know where that's.
Yeah,
Whole
that
concept,
didn't
though. Save
happen
that. Keep
Yeah,
that in
at
mind.
all.
You got it, Chief. Duly noted. Okay. um. Words, think thought. But as the party had defeated said child, little smartass fucker, they noticed things around them slowly began to reverse as it seemed that time itself was moving backwards but forwards. So it's like you're going backwards but forward, and you know, it apparently has something to do with Tenet. I don't watch the movie, but some shit like that. As you guys have found yourself with a very clear recollection of the events that just happened, however, at the state you previously were, at the bottom of this prison area. So with that, y'all can just feel free to take it away. I don't have any much else I can add.
Oh look, Juggun's fallen asleep, just like Taran did.
Wait, Sparks, what just
I mean,
happened?
have you never felt this? I get this is what it feels every time a
This?
wild surge. This weird backwards time. I can no longer hear Atomic.
Whispering.
You went backwards in time?
Let's go do that again.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Do it differently?
I don't follow.
Atomic, you need to either put your mic closer to you or turn up the gain, because I get half of your set.
Oh, is it suddenly not working?
I think you've
I
just
hear you
moved
now.
further away.
Haven't moved it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it worked, so we should just go and do it again, and if we end up back here, then I guess we could try something different.
Can we say it worked if we got sent back to exactly where we were before?
Well, we didn't die.
Wait. Jugun, this tower looks like something. Back in that chamber when Sparks pilfered one of the gems from a separate tower, and
I didn't build for it. What are you talking about?
we
I
all
didn't
got
steal
split
things.
up.
In those
Before
ruins?
then, the obelisk at the head of the mural. Yes, in that ruin. Okay, does the obelisk look like a similar obelisk to my memory?
The base seems different. You didn't remember it having this
Mhm.
sort of big, sort of star-shaped base, but it's a large black obelisk. They tend to look similar when they're large black obelisks.
I'm just wondering, same number of sides.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's obelisk shaped generally. They're quite uniform obelisks.
But they were both black, too, I think. Like, ebon, or what do you call it? Obsidian-like colored.
yes.
I mean, to
Which
be
is
fair,
the
one
creepy part.
was in the Shadowfell. I mean, everything looks black in the Shadowfell.
In the Shadowfell, it was. It was in the plains of Appalachia.
Same
Yes, in
thing.
the temple to something.
Something indeed.
The
I
entire
really
thing.
recall those memories.
I thought they were pretty great, although they are kind of muddled.
Especially the hugging one.
A hug nerf. Sorry, Zelda.
Okay, so the moving wild had never been in the plains of Appalachia in the past, had it?
The moving walls has, yes.
Oh, it has.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's but the
more
locations you
sense.
guys know that it has been, that I believe from some random lore dump like 30 billion sessions ago,
Mhm.
was the Queen's Landing area in the very beginning. Or not in the very beginning, you know it was there because that's where the elves left the Feywild.
So here.
Yeah, in this, yeah, the general city. Where it is currently, in the northern area around where Raven Ridge is, and also in the plains of Appalachia.
Okay, so it was only ever next to the Emerald Lane.
Yeah, it wasn't the Emerald Lane itself.
Gotcha.
Well, whatever the plan is, do you want me to go up and get those spells?
Right, there were spell scrolls at the library observatory.
How much?
Yeah.
How much of the inside of the tower did we see?
Like none at all.
You only saw like the top level itself where the observatory is, as well as some what seemed to be a whole lot of gear work and like machination stuff under that, and then you got to the study underneath.
Okay.
It was like observatory, cogworks, and then below that was the the room with the bookshelves arrayed in 8 different directions, like a clock face. And that room is all glass and magic. Everything
Okay.
is magic.
Well,
Time magic, probably.
so do we wanna go? Do we wanna go back up the same way we did, or stay here? Or what are we gonna?
Well, if this is indeed the obelisk that was depicted, I'm more interested in the base of it and what might lie below and, you know, the main of the tower than whatever new additions that Chronomancer has taken up residence here might have
Okay, if we're going in underneath
rendered.
this time, I'll be back in 20 minutes.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go and grab the spell scrolls because they're useful.
What spell scrolls were they again?
Who's seeing one and smiles? And anyway, boom.
I feel like
Box
somebody-
cast invisibility. Self and leaves.
Okay. And oh, you just have your books as you make your way up to the observatory. As your party wits, as you go to retrieve the various materials, it's closed. It seems that well, actually, there's still like the gap I guess you could fit through where the astral telescope is, but the large panel that had been covering, you couldn't really get a griffin through, but you could like make your way in by yourself, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And what were you? Fuck. Well,
I just wanted to get all the scrolls that you left last time.
I'm
That you
trying to
clearly
remember
have
what the
written down.
yeah. Guess what?
I have written them though.
Yeah. I'm trying, oh fuck. Where did? I don't even remember
I'll
where I
copy
put
paste
those.
them.
Did I reset my cookies again? I had them saved in the.
There.
Not the cookies.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. As you make your way up to the observatory, it's fairly straightforward as you find what's it called? Pile of spell scrolls. It seems like.
Try and do the hatch on the other side. Is there
Okay.
a hatch? Is there a lock? And then I'll just leave.
Okay.
Yeah, on the way down, do I see anything through the giant stained glass area that was different?
The room does seem to be empty. Other than
About
that, it's remarkably the same. The room looks untouched.
from the invisibleness, Fox says to you guys, "Well, I have the stuff," and he drops it at your feet. He's no longer in the chamber, and the door was closed.
So we know that his memories are kept too after the rewind.
I can't imagine that he's particularly happy with us, especially you, Kalis. You did, bash his face into a desk a couple of times and then also stab him.
He did deserve it. The kid was an asshole. I mean, he's a kid, but he was a mean kid.
I feel like I'm maybe the least mentally capable among us, but pretty sure was not a real child.
Gonna say, are we sure he's a
It's like
kid?
it's like calling me a 5-year-old who got turned into a deer man.
I mean, are you not
I'm
that?
a full adult.
Yeah, but were you not 5 at the time?
It's about being cognizant of one's actions and being able to be held responsible for them.
Real kid or not, he's a little shit.
So we should kill him. Yeah,
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
it.
fuck that kid.
There's the image of the shithead if you needed it, Taryn.
He's
I
really
do.
Wasted my time.
Where?
I just put it right next to everyone's
Oh, oh.
tokens.
Roll 20.
Oh.
The
What
giant
was it?
token.
The giant token.
I was looking at Discord.
Looks so
Yeah, I
fucking.
had my character
Um,
sheet up that was exactly covering. I just take it off and there's this like meh, little lordling.
So something, either he himself or something about him fucks with time. Right? We can, or maybe it's this place, we don't know. But I think he's probably not, he's probably a lot older than what he looks. Considering that we just got sent back in time after encountering him. That would be my guess.
Yes, he seems like a wizard rather than just a child.
Or even a child wizard.
Did you
Chizard, they call them.
recognize his dress or fashion?
Did
Like where he might be from?
Did I make a check?
Sure. That's a particular. I gotta think about that one.
Child check.
Oh no, that sounds terrible.
That kind of does.
What? What's wrong with it? I
What-
dare you to tell me.
What kind? Did you dare us to tell you?
Oof.
What kind of a check would you like me to make, Sir DM?
Child check.
No.
Oh, you got called Sir Dion. I'm too tired to do the night voice.
The night voice?
Yeah, like.
DM.
1 second.
Like,
I was thinking about Castlevania, Sir Mirror.
The Dark Knight voice.
That's what I call it. Like the Squire voice.
Mm.
Medieval voice? Would probably be
An
better.
English accent.
I apologize. What was your question?
What kind of a check would you like me to make?
Oh,
I'm gonna find-
history. History.
Okay. What is it? That's not bad.
Fuck, I have to make this up now.
Let's roll.
Let me think. Will you recognize his clothing with the 20? I mean, he definitely seems to be wearing like nobleman's clothing. It was on the fancier side. As to where, there wasn't a particular seal or anything on it, but the clothes, I would say they did look like more modern-ish, maybe. I don't.
Were they like light clothes or like arcane robes?
They're more like
make
light clothes.
wizard stuff.
No, it wasn't. It
Okay.
wasn't like full like wizard robes.
I was just confused by the token art. I thought it was like fancy boy.
Okay, so just so you know, there's a door right here. There's a door right here. Like, which one? Because
Any.
it's- pick one because it's relevant.
This one.
Okay, make a stealth check.
You're still invisible, right?
I just wandered off while you guys were talking.
Awesome. That's never
Cool.
happened before.
Well, we're just taking the door next to us, aren't
Um,
we? The door we subdued the cook from, or what have you?
was it a cook or a guard?
He was a guard.
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
wasn't a cook.
He was a guard that was right here. This front door,
mean-
or the storeroom.
He could have been a cook. We had captured him. Like, we could have had him do
He was-
whatever he wanted.
Aspiring author.
He was something. Shit. So, and you guys are, so he's doing that first. As you make your way through, I guess you float down to the courtyard below, to go to the door. And, what's your passive perception, Sparks?
a number
And what is the number?
that's higher than 10.
Alright. And what's it lower than?
14.
It's lower than 14 or it is 14?
It's 13.
Okay, just making sure. So as you make your way down, floating in the courtyard below, you notice that, as sort of described to you earlier, but you weren't there to hear it, because this was last session. This entire courtyard area, what from above could be sort of mistaken as snow. And there is some there, but it's a large area covered in this sort of almost field of plain white bone.
Oh,
Scattered all about. I don't know the dimensions of this area because I'm not going to do math, but use your imagination and basic calculations, which I'm not going to do. It's a trapezoid. It's a big trapezoid. It's a lot of bone in there. And as you start beginning to float down towards that area, you see the sort of slight shifting and movement coming from what seems to be within the pile. And not just in like necessarily like in one spot, but more like a sort of rumbling in the area as a whole.
Oh.
Not loud, but just actually, well, it kind of sounds like a xylophone, but like softly, and a whole lot of them, and very discordant.
Alright,
door.
is
Can I get
everyone
into the
ready?
door?
I'm gonna sneak inside the citadel.
All right, Ian. As you're doing, this is happening as you're doing that, Kalis.
What?
I know.
Did we talk about what we were doing, or are we all just going?
Just going.
Well, apparently we've already gone, so...
I mean, you guys are more than welcome to talk.
Okay.
Are we
Well,
sneaking?
we're all part of the same party.
Yes or no?
So you
I
open
mean,
the
I
door?
was gonna, or do you feel like it's all fair?
I mean, I feel like it's redundant because we did discover those eyeballs in the observatory that can watch us, or are they floating spheres?
They were just they were just floating spheres, from what you could tell, but they had divination magic.
Well, I think we could
No,
hide
no.
ourselves from those as well, if we tried, but...
Sorry,
So-
I don't remember shit.
So
I thought they were organized, yes.
yeah. So as you open the door, Sparks, while nothing seems to happen, you hear this sort of low, almost like groaning sound come from behind me, and I assume you go through the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you don't see what that is.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Nope. That's for another time.
And as you're doing that on the opposite side, Kalis, you're entering through this door right here. Who's with him? I'm just gonna move Jungun and Ko for the time being, and I need to add token for.
Are you guys coming?
I'm coming. I'm gonna cast
Hospital
Hospitality Trace.
Thank you.
Thinking
Yeah.
I was really struggling there.
I will. I'll come along also. Oh, I guess I should do stealth, huh?
It's
Yeah,
optional.
you'd probably be pretty good at it. I mean, if you want to.
Whoa.
Did it just roll 2 3s for me?
No, you
I'm
rolled a.
Gonna use
Three
that
and
for Son for now. It's fine.
Hey, we're twins.
Alrighty.
Roll 2 3s for me though, didn't it?
No, it rolled a 1d20 and a 0d0.
Wait.
I think you... Yeah, I think I rolled a 3 and a 10.
Oh,
Seems
10.
like the 10.
Well, no, because she's got reliable talent, so she can't roll lower.
That's
Oh.
right. Yeah,
That's convenient.
it
So-
sure fucking is.
As you guys, as you all, going along this side, in your little group, as you hear the, what's it called, the scraping of the spoon against the wall fade in the distance behind you.
Spoon? Did you say spoon?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the undead kobold. We tried to
Yes.
talk him out of, doing that and coming with us, but he.
Yes,
was
he's
more than
been
happy to.
shipping through the wall.
Like,
Did he
Like
Did he
shot-
remember anything?
Technically, this is a prison. So.
He's just been shipping through the wall.
I wasn't here last time, so
Oh
I
yeah,
don't,
that's true.
I don't actually know what happened.
Are you asking
He
him?
is,
Back in time and
he's
don't
using
know,
a spoon on the wall.
like a la Shawshank Redemption kind of thing.
Yeah.
Did he remember
I
the
mean,
time?
Shawshank worked,
thing?
right? I'm not sure this is gonna work.
Are you did you ask him?
I mean, I feel like that would have come up at some point. While we were talking about the time thing right next to him.
Do you think he gave a fuck about you? He was busy.
Okay.
You're welcome to ask him when next time.
Wait, next time.
There.
So, as you guys slowly appear open the door, and the sort of magic of the passage trace sort of dampens the sound of the creaking hinges in front of you. You see a faint light coming from the door immediately to your right in the hallway, slightly ajar, and what sounds like just talking, some bit of commotion about it. Just seems like normal conversation.
Is the door shut?
No, it's slightly open. You can see light coming through a little bit. It's open. Where's it? Kind of like that. Like, there you go.
I'm zoomed too.
Okay, that's fine, because no one's gonna be standing like right there to see it through that door, I assume.
And as you guys are doing that, Sparks. Oh fuck! I need to add all those tokens on the board. Shit.
There's people in here, right?
There's a lot of people in here.
Okay. Really thinking this way is the wrong way to go, but sure.
Where the fuck did my tokens go? Can I read? Oh wait, I can't. There'd be 2 people stationed over here. So I think you guys are informed. Where's last time? I had to fucking check my notes for it. Oh, well, you didn't see that yet. Be over here. Oh fuck! I should turn the fog of war back on, but it doesn't matter any. I'm just gonna put all the units to the side, and when you see them, that's when they'll show up on the map.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's.
Did any of them notice the door open and close? Was there a clang?
Doesn't seem so. But you do hear the footsteps of someone who's seeming like patrolling like this hallway area in which you're on. It'd be this figure right here, who's making his way towards your direction.
What high is the ceiling?
About 10 foot.
I would like to kick the door open and then just float to the ceiling. Basically make a distraction.
Okay.
And then, Spider Kitty across the ceiling. In the general direction of this way.
Which way is this way? I can't see it. Okay. Sure. Let's see. Actually, I don't think that matters, but I'll roll for that instead. So, and what are you guys at the bottom doing? Are you just making your way past the door?
I'm gonna kind of worm past Kalis and let me go first. Oh my god. And scoot across the open doorway and up to the edge there and kind of peer around. See what I can see.
So peering through the doorway, it was open. I'm gonna have to keep drawing these fucking doorways about towards like that angle outwards, if you can see that on the map.
Oh yeah.
And you would see a figure making his way along about right here.
Mm-hmm.
And he also seems to be just sort of making laps around the area.
Which way is he moving?
Towards you.
Okay.
That one's different.
Yeah, they can't all be the same, And so Sparks, and actually Taryn, you would clearly be able to hear this. This is a sort of large slamming sound coming from the opposite side of the hallway. And you hear a, huh? As the sort of footsteps are running towards the direction, towards the door. And do you linger at all, Sparks, after the door opens?
I guess I do a quick look, when I get to here, I turn around and, see what I see.
Okay. Just curious. Yeah. So, as you, what's it called? Sort of, the guard sort of looks out the doorway, and you see him sort of take a foot, sort of step out into the field before quickly drawing his foot back before stepping in the courtyard. You see no figures specifically emerge from this pile of bones as you may have thought from earlier, but almost like as the mass itself sort of swells up for a moment. And you see it sort of almost like this wave of bones sort of facing towards
cool.
the door, and he Doom! You see him fumble with the key, what's it called, on his side, and just shake it a few times to make sure it's good.
Wait, does he have a set of keys on?
Yeah, it seems he does.
Does he put it back on his belt?
Yes, he does.
I would like to try and steal it off his belt.
Alrighty. So as you turn back to go and steal the keys off his belt, what's happening in this hallway here? Zelthar, you moving up? Oh yeah, this figure he'd be moving up as well.
Sorry,
Yeah. Is he like looking around from side to side, or is he looking straight forward? What's his head motion like?
He seems to just be sort of walking ahead. You see him. He's not really doing too much, but he has a sort of dagger that's just twirling around in his fingers like someone would like a pen.
Because I want to try and time it with him like looking, like if he's looking side to side, I want to time it where he's looking not at the door and like slowly like pull it almost all the way shut. Like not so that it latches, but just so that it can't be looked in.
Okay. I'd say, a stealth score of like 23, I think, or 32. Yeah, you're fine. I don't know why.
32.
So, and also, Sparks, give me a sleight of hand check. It is attached to like his belt. Like, if I were to explain it to you, so just so you know which. Okay, you already rolled.
Oh, I'm going to use luck.
You should
I
use
was with
luck.
I used Tide of Chaos, and I'm going to use luck on that.
If you roll another one, you deserve it. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do. But like, statistically speaking, I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Don't say that.
This is the dice god speaking to you.
Oh, that was
There you
so
go.
close. I saw that.
Now,
Oh my god.
next time, in the future, I'm gonna need you to let me finish talking.
That's fair.
I'm gonna let it slide because I'm in a kind of good mood.
Yay.
That roll was about to be at disadvantage,
Okay, that's
but
fair.
I'm gonna leave it be for this time. Settle down, young fella. It's okay. It's okay. Words hard, think thought. What was I gonna say? Fuck if I know, man. I'm making shit up. So,
It's all me.
as you do so, slowly, like, it's like weird, like, you know how like you see like people like in those like movies where there's like bank robberies just like floating downwards like on this like large tripwire. It's like that, but there's no wire there. You're just floating because you can. And as he's sort of shaking his head, oh god, I'm not getting paid enough for this place. And you sort of grab the key ring and with a quick slicing motion with your claw, slice the leather strap that had bound it to his belt itself, because it was almost like how do I describe it? You know those like attachment things where like you put your keys on like a string and like retracts. It's kind of like a similar enough device. You're able to quickly cut it before he notices. He continues traveling along his path. There seems to be a set of about 4 keys on it.
Cool. I will go back up to invisibly floating on the ceiling.
Alrighty. And as this is happening, Taryn, you watch as the figure begins continuing to make his way past you. And you're able to deftly the door, and he's sort of none the wiser as he continues making his way down the area. And then you would see him as he comes around the corner, Sparks, or as you come around the corner. And you sort of hear Mother under his breath. Should be lunchtime, and not too long, at least.
And not.
Little does this guy know. Ha! Dead.
Let's try and not kill the guards here, guys. I would whisper, but I can't because I don't have my headphones on.
Alrighty.
Well, we don't need to seek confrontation with them yet, at least.
Maybe we can just pay them more than they're getting now to help us.
Yes, bribing guards. That's as old as time. In a secret place where they've got nowhere to spend the gold.
Well, they're only
Oh.
here for like a month at a time.
I think the rightness of doing that would depend on the severity of their crimes.
We don't know that they've done any crimes at all. They were hired for a job. That's all we know.
I think they've done
So,
a few things wrong. Just a few.
Such as out of character, because we
You're not
literally
there.
know. That's why I said the words out of character.
Okay.
You know.
Well, I'm talking as Kayla's in character right now, so.
Don't judge a book on its cover, Kalis. Don't judge a book by its cover, okay?
Okay, because the cover was the giant death shadow of Citadel.
Hey, they're getting paid to do a job. We don't know the motivations. Maybe they have no other choice.
God, it's so awkward.
Like I said, we'll see what the extent of their crimes are, but I kind of doubt it, Taryn. I whisper quietly.
and at this point, as you guys are sort of taking that moment back and forth, I presume you are able to make your way past him for now, Sparks. You hear sort of noise coming from behind the what's it called? The door next to you all, and it's slightly open.
I'm gonna scoot into the hallway now that guy has passed.
Okay. And
The blue token behind.
I just use that as design because he's sort of just, though he's kind of just following you guys because he thinks you're supposed to.
He could be helpful. He's a magic user,
I
right?
mean, he did. Hey, he actually fucked up the wizard kid
Yeah.
the other
I
day.
just wanted to know who he was. I'm not trying to slander your NPCs, I promise.
Well, I fucking think you are.
I'm not.
All right, I'm sorry.
I promise.
Slander and slander.
Nah, just can you slander my character? So.
But you hear a voice sort of call out this sort of huskier, like older sounding, almost like you kind of got like a little bit of like a smoker rasp to him. It's like, all right, ingrates, hurry up and eat. Go back and do your goddamn jobs.
Motion everybody to follow me. Get out of the hallway.
Do we see Sparks, or is he still invisible?
He is invisible, but he sees you. Strangely, Which is-
He's right next to Zelfar.
yeah, he's being weird. He's on the roof.
Does he see us?
Zelda!
Oh, he's above us?
Yeah, he's like floating like along the roof.
Okay, just imagine
The
if we were
ceiling, or just the roof?
if he were
The
in
ceiling.
if he were visible, he would be like what's it called? Spider crawling across the top of the ceiling.
Spider.
What?
Basically as pressed as flat as he can to the ceiling as possible so people can go underneath it. But yeah.
So you've become the villain of your own story. You're about to drop down and two-shot Zelfar.
I go, "Psst, Zelda, take these." And I drop the keys to him.
Why are you giving him the Zelfar?
Because he's the one that's there.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm the one that's there, Taryn.
Okay. Okay.
Hey,
But yeah.
Kyo, where
You'll
are you?
Location.
The keys materialize from like directly above your head and sort of drop onto you.
Yeah, that would suck if they hit the floor.
Oh
Be
well.
crazy, wouldn't it?
Zelthar's the most dexterous person I know.
Why don't we, make for the center? We don't know how to get into any sort of basement, but the spire might grant us options.
There was that staircase the guard told us about.
And as this is happening, you hear footsteps coming from around the far corner over here.
Well, apparently Sparks is already gone, so...
Said, let's go in the center, and he did exactly what you said.
Go, go,
Okay, but we're not talking about Sparks. He's a nightcrawler invisible on the ceiling.
Yeah, but he heard your words.
go. Heard your side of me.
Right.
Being invisible doesn't stop me from hearing what you say. Like,
Okay.
if you're gonna...
But it's not like there's any sort of understanding that we're conversing or exchanging information.
No, I mean, you don't have to come with me.
Because you're invisible.
I mean, if you want to be picky about it, like, honestly, Haru, every single thing that I've done, you've got picky about. I'm getting a bit tired of it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
That's also because you went off and ignored the entire party while they were having a conversation to do your own thing.
because I
That
wanted
is
to
fair.
check something out. I wasn't planning to go in, and then you guys...
We'll go get a drink.
Alright,
Yeah,
I'm done.
I don't have the patience to care right now. I don't know what the fuck that was.
I just wanted water.
Alright, well,
Oh my god.
give me 5 fucking seconds, I guess.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead and get water.